Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. In today's tutorial I'll be teaching you how to make the simple single crochet stitch. Get up on the floor, dancing all night long. Get up on the floor, dancing to the break of dawn. Get up on the floor, dancing to the break of... To start, you make a slip knot and then chain the amount of chain you need for the project. I would be chaining 20 because this is just an example swatch. I chained about 17, and in the second stitch from the hook I like to work in the back bump, so I'll go through the back bump. Normally people, or what I used to do when I was still a very naive beginner, was work in the V's, but now I just twist my chain to the back and then work in the back bumps. So to make a single crochet, you'd insert your hook in the bump or the space, you yarn over, pull through, you would have 2 loops on your hook, you yarn over, you pull through the 2 loops. So I'll do that again. You go into the bump, you yarn over, you pull through, then you yarn over and you pull through the 2 loops on your hook. And that's how to make the single crochet stitch. As a beginner, you want to take this easy, because when you're pulling through, it's most likely, if you're not used to gripping your hook, you lose your yarn in the process. So you want to pull through the first loop, then pull through the second loop, because if you do lose your grip and you just pull through this, that is not a single crochet, it's a slip stitch. So you want to have the 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. And the reason why I work in the back bump of the stitch is because if you do that, although it might seem a bit difficult at the start, but if you do that, it gives your stitch the same top as the bottom, so you'd still have this V pattern going on at the bottom as it is going to be at the top. But if you don't do that, you're most likely to have some sort of skewed bottom. Not that it matters much, but this is what you want to do to stand out. This is the road less traveled, if I do say so. So you want to do this till the end of the row, and you don't want to miss any stitch. So I just got to the last stitch and I'll go through the back bump, pull through, pull through. Now to work any other row in single crochet, to work consequent rows, you would chain 1, turn your work. You always turn your work. So you just flip it this way, and in the very first stitch you start your hook, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, pull through 2. So it's same thing we did at the chains, but this we are doing in stitches now. And the reason we chained 1, you see in other videos in double crochet they might say chain 2, in treble crochet they might say chain 3, chain 4. Chain 1 brings the work to the height of the new level you want to be working on. So that's the essence. However, in other stitches like the double crochet stitch, chain 3 can now count as a double crochet itself, but that's not the case in the single crochet. And if you want to know more about that, you could check the double crochet stitch, how to make it. You keep inserting your hook, pulling through 2 loops on your hook, and you do that till the very last stitch, making sure you don't miss any stitch in between. So when you insert it in the last stitch, you pull through 2 loops on your hook, pull through. You know you don't have any other stitch and you're good to go. To also help keep count, you can check the number of chains you started with and make sure you're on track with that. And this is basically how to work the single crochet stitch. I'll chain 1, turn to work row 3, and I'll do the same exact thing I did in row 2. In row 3, I'll just keep working this pattern, and I'll do it for a couple more rows to show you guys. If you have any question or you don't understand how I worked this up, please comment in the comment section down below and I would make sure to answer. Beauty of the single crochet stitch is how close knit it is. You could see that it's not open as much as other stitches. If you're new and a beginner, I know you might not know this, but this stitch is the shortest stitch even, so it does not leave open spaces like the other stitch, and that is why it's a go-to. However, the disadvantage of this stitch is that it does not build up easily. So when you would do 2 rows of another stitch, say the double crochet stitch or the half double crochet stitch, 2 rows might be giving you about an inch, but you would have to do 4 rows of this to get an inch. That's the major difference really between the single crochet stitch and the other stitch. That being said, the single crochet stitch is good for some projects, and in other projects you could just use another stitch. But its unique nature is that it is close, compact, and not as see-through as the other stitches. I would see you once I have more rows of this. You just keep repeating the same thing. You could slow this down, take it back if you're not clear, ask questions, and I'll see you once I have more rows. So guys, I'm back, and this is me after about 9 rows of single crochet. I worked it up so you guys could see how well it works up. It is so pretty, so close knit, so nice, so compact, and a beautiful stitch indeed. It's one of the basic crochet stitch, and if you've learned how to do this, you could go ahead and keep building your stitch gallery by clicking the stitch playlist I have on my channel. If you learned anything from this video, if you used the single crochet stitch you learned from this video to make anything, please tag me on Instagram when you post it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, like this video, and I will see you in my very next one. Bye. Been a minute since we kicked it, you've been caught up.